Grass.
I'd like to call this, call to order the Fenton Township meeting for Tuesday, September 2nd. And I'd like to start Mr. Gopel with the opening prayer and allegiance.
Dear Father, we gather here tonight to conduct matters of business. Guide our hearts and our minds in the spirit of fairness, right thought, and speech. Impart your supreme wisdom on our activities so that our affairs may reach a successful conclusion. And as always, we thank you for being the source of our guidance tonight. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'm going to do a roll call, please.
Sure.
For who?
All right. Lorraine is absent. Reed? Here. Clark?
Present.
Krug?
Here.
Kessler?
Here.
Gopel?
Here.
Tucker?
Present.
All right.
Thank you. I would also like to note that we have Attorney Jack Belzer with us. I have Julia, our assessor, Mike, who does whatever anybody else doesn't do. And then on Zoom, we have Melissa and Alan Lawrence, our township engineers.
Chief is back there too. Chief's back.
Yep. Can you give us the recording?
Yes. So to members of the public attending tonight's meeting in person or via Zoom, please be advised that this meeting is being recorded to be shown on public access television, Spectrum Channel 191. Recorded meetings are also posted on the Fenton Area Community Television YouTube channel. For those attending via Zoom, we ask that you keep your microphone muted until we reach the portion of the meeting where public comment is allowed. For tonight's meeting, there is one public hearing for the Silvercrest Channel Special Assessment, during which public comment will be accepted. All other public comment will be taken near the end of the meeting. Meeting materials are available for download on the Township's website at fentontownship.org.
Thank you. In the absence of Supervisor Lorraine, we need to appoint a temporary chair. I need a motion to appoint.
Motion to appoint Bob Krug.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Okay. Krug,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Kessler,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
Gopel,
Yes.
Tucker.
Yes.
Lorraine is absent. Motion carries.
Okay, is there any changes or additions to the agenda for tonight from anyone? Hearing not, I need a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Motion to approve the agenda. Second.
Roll call, please.
Okay. Reed,
Yes.
Gopel,
Yes.
Tucker,
Yes.
Kessler.
Yes.
Lorraine is absent. Krug,
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, the next are meeting minutes. Included in the packet are the minutes from the August 19th regular meeting. Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes? Hearing none, the meeting minutes stand approved as presented. Expenditures, are there any questions regarding any of the invoices? Okay, moving right along, I will entertain a motion regarding the payment of expenditures of $256,232.59.
Move to approve expenditures amount of $256,232.59.
Need a roll call, please?
Okay. Clark,
Yes.
Kessler,
Yes.
Krug,
Yes.
Gopel,
Yes.
Tucker.
Yes.
Lorraine is absent. Reed.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Great. The next action item is our public hearing tonight on Silvercrest Channel Lake Improvement Special Assessment District Number 3. the hearing of necessity. Is there anyone in the audience that wants to comment on the Silver Crest improvements? Yeah, come right up to the mic if you would.
I just want to say we're for it.
Okay. Did you want to make comments, sir? No. Oh, okay. If anybody on the board, any comments or questions regarding it? Okay, then we need a resolution number 2025-34. Will you please present
Of course.
the motion, or resolution, Megan?
Resolution number 2025-34 approves the plans and estimated costs of $14,800.50, creates the Silvercrest Channel Lake Improvement Special Assessment District Number 3, which includes 15 properties with frontage on the channel, directs the supervisor to create a special assessment roll, and repeals any conflicting resolutions.
I will entertain a motion regarding the adoption of resolution 2023-34 as presented.
Support a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay.
Roll call, please.
Gopel?
Yes.
Tucker?
Yes.
Lorraine is absent. Clark?
Yes.
Krug?
Yes.
Reed?
Yes.
Kessler?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Okay. Guess we need 2025. In anticipation of the resolution, a special assess roll has been created certifying and filed with the township clerk. Resolution 2025-35. Megan, will you please present that?
Resolution number 2025-35 acknowledges the filing of the special assessment roll with the clerk and its availability for review until the public hearing, schedules a public hearing on the special assessment roll at the September 16th board meeting, directs the clerk to publish and mail the notice of hearing according to statute, and repeals any conflicting resolutions.
I will move the resolution, make a motion to, the resolution as presented. Second is what I meant to say.
I'm sorry, who was second?
Kessler.
Okay, Kessler. All right. Kessler.
Yes.
Krug.
Yes.
Reed.
Yes.
Lorraine is absent. Clark.
Yes.
Tucker.
Yes.
Gopel.
Yes.
The motion carries.
The next is the APM mosquito control. It was in your packet. Are there any questions? I thought one of the people were going to be here, but I do not see anybody. Any questions that,
Is this the same company that has been doing it over the years,
Yes.
several years?
Forever.
Okay.
yeah.
I can confirm that there were mosquitoes in July.
And there are still in September. But other than that, it really wasn't a horrible season. And I should know, but I don't, how many individual requests they got for outside parties. I believe it was over 100, but
153.
153, thank you,
That's in
So-
June. That's just June, so
yeah. Communications about Parks and Recreation open house, Mike?
Yeah, so the Parks and Recreation Advisory Boards will have an open house on Tuesday from 6:30 to 8. You guys had authorized Paper Crane to do a feasibility study for improvements to the Thompson Road Park. And this is part of that process. They are going to be reviewing comments. They've done interviews with stakeholders. We've had surveys sent out online and through social media. So we're going to kind of summarize that, have some stations for ideas of other improvements and for the parks. and some ideas on funding, right? Because this whole thing, at the end of the day, trying to not utilize taxpayer funds, and, you know, in order to do that, we need to have strong public support. So open house will be Tuesday from 6:30 to 8 o'clock.
Okay, any comments or questions for Mike? Anybody in the audience want any comments or questions for Mr. Dean? Oh, you got away with this one.
I guess, do you have any suggestions of raising money? I mean,
Yeah, so there's quite a few different options, and I think one of the big goals, right, is actually establishing a fundraising campaign, right, and seeking donations for improvements to the park. And so doing this open house is the next step of gathering interest and promoting potential improvements to the park. And so once we can get that idea locked down a little bit more, then you can start with the fundraising efforts. In addition to private donations, there are a number of different grants of different sizes, whether it's through the state, federal, or small businesses, you know, outdoor recreation companies that will give you grants for X, Y, and Z if you go through the process and have the appropriate public input, and if it's part of a bigger plan. So all that's being considered as part of the strategy that Paper Crane is creating for us to actually get improvements done to the park, and including improving the dog park aspect of it too. You know, make sure that there is water available for the dogs, that there is shelter available for the humans, you know, are there with the dogs, and shelter for the dogs, that there's more things for the dogs to do there. So it's not just, all right, dog park is there and we're going to ignore it. No, dog park's a central, you know, keystone to the park as a whole, and trying to do improvements that enhances the entire park.
Okay, any other comments or questions? Okay, thank you, Mike.
I'm just going to stand up here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the next is the proposed amendment to the sewer system ordinance. Mike?
Yeah, so we talked a couple of weeks ago about some deficiencies in the sewer and water ordinances, specifically, you know, clarifying when you're required to hook to sewer, when you're required to hook to water. For sewer, the changes are essentially for new construction, right? You'd have to connect to sewer, and then if your septic system were to fail, you'd have to connect to sewer. So this is based on discussions we had at a previous meeting. And this is just clarifying what the policy has always been, even though the ordinance, when it was recently updated, didn't have that language in there. It mirrors what the state law requires, right? So state law requires for sewer that if your septic fails, you have to connect, right? If you're doing a new construction within 300 feet of a line, you have to connect. So that's essentially what the ordinance is amending there.
Okay. Thank you. Any comments or questions? Jack?
In the one paragraph, it says if the township determines that public sewer is available. I don't know what that means, and if I were in court, I don't know a judge or anybody would know what that means.
Capacity is what it's directed to.
Well, it ought to say something then. It doesn't, I mean, that's open to interpretation. I interpret it to mean like distance or what, I mean, it ought to say something.
We can check with Melissa, she's here. I'm just, that's what I believe it to be, so I guess I can't raise my hand under oath to say that is what it's
Yeah,
intended
so I mean,
to
it's
be.
fine, but that just doesn't say with specificity what that means.
Does that track the statute, Mike, do you know? what the
No, it
statute
doesn't.
says?
Yeah, I'm unaware.
No, I
but-
looked at the statute on both these, no.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable saying that if we put something there, if the capacity is available, that's fine, but
Can I ask Melissa?
You sure can.
Melissa, do you know what that language is intended for?
I thought it did say in there that if it's within, if the property is within 300 feet of a sanitary sewer, that is what allows us to determine it, and it's the township that looks at that to determine it. So I think that's all that language is saying, that
Oh, so it's not an additional requirement, it's just the township determines whether it's
whether
within
it meets
300
that
feet.
requirement.
then
Yeah,
that,
that's the way I read it.
okay, that's what I thought, and if that's the case, we ought to take out that other language about the township determining whatever. 300 feet is 300 feet by anybody's. I I'm just saying, it's just not clear.
Okay,
They won't argue that, I mean, I agree with you, Jack, but they will say, no, it's, you know, it's the house is this far back and,
No, it doesn't say the house, it says the property line. I mean, I've
Right.
litigated this sewer and water ordinances, I've been in court a zillion times on these things.
okay.
So Jack's suggestion is strike and the township determines that public sewer is available.
Right, I mean, if all we're talking about is the 300 feet, then, yeah.
Yeah,
Good with the council advice.
yep.
yeah, Mike, can you get with Mr. Belzer between now and, the second reading? And to get that, so he agrees and we can go forward with it?
Yep.
Cause this is the first
And I
reading.
talked to
so-
Tom a little bit about this too.
Well,
and
whoever.
Yeah, but no, that's fine, perfect.
I wanna keep Mike up here. I thought I heard you say something different than what I thought we
Okay.
talked about. Okay. So I understand industrial.
Yep.
Commercial buildings. What did we do about the private residence? Did you say if a private residence well fails, they have to?
All right, so let's separate ordinance. This ordinance right here is sewer. And so for sewer,
Never mind, cool,
It's-
got it, okay.
septic.
I'm good with that, yep, okay. That's where
Okay,
we talked about both last time.
any other comments? If not, the second reading vote on the adoption of the proposed ordinance will be conducted on at the, September 16th meeting. Can I steal one? Mike, next, glad you showed up tonight. Proposed amendment to municipal water system ordinance, first reading. Mike?
right, so this talks about new construction, right, for residential, right? New construction for residential would have to hook up. If you're doing an addition to a house or remodeling, that would not require a connection. If you have an existing house and your well fails, you are not required to hook up. Now, if it is a commercial or industrial use and you have a well and it fails, then you are required to hook up. So that's what this ordinance is essentially stating.
So the private citizen really has no obligations other than,
An existing homeowner who's lived in the township for 30
Yep.
years and their well fails, they can dig a new well. Right? If someone is moving in and there's into a vacant lot and they're building where there's a line, they have to connect.
okay?
So let's say if a commercial building, one of their units fail, the well, if it's repairable.
Well, I think that's two different questions, right? I would say, I think we would allow a repair,
Okay,
right? But if it fails and a new well has to be dug,
because it's
Drilled.
dry, you know, everything's
Right.
dry, okay.
in that situation, they have to connect. But if there's a mechanism for them to repair what's existing, I mean, I don't think that's not what the intent is.
Right, and this ordinance would only come into play when they come in to get a permit to do it, right?
Correct.
So if you're just fixing something,
So
The township,
right, if you're fixing,
theoretically,
it
the
wouldn't
township would
require a
do that.
permit. Now, if you are drilling a new well, right, even if you don't come to us, you're supposed to go to the health department, and the health department's gonna check with us to determine whether or not you're supposed to connect.
Any other comments or questions?
Yeah,
Jack?
Sorry.
Go, Jack.
Okay, and this goes back to, I think Mark brought it up when we talked about it another meeting. So this is saying for a new house, and if the water main is adjacent, does that mean it touches that property line? I mean, I'm not, again, this is like being the lawyer.
Yeah, it's your job, that's okay.
So are we saying if the property line touches the water main, the water line, they have to hook up? That's what I would read that to mean. And then also on commercial, it's saying the structure within 300 feet. So if somebody's doing a commercial structure and they don't want to hook up the water, they can put the building 350 feet off the property line and they don't have to hook up. If that's what you want, it's okay, but that's just what it says.
Well, it raises an interesting point because what it says is existing commercial industrial users. So you can't really move the building if you're existing, but it doesn't appear to address,
Yeah, but there's no requirement for commercial to hook up, period, except for them.
No, but, I mean, haven't we one, we're limited in commercial in this township so far, thank God. Most commercial want the municipal water anyway, isn't it?
It doesn't
I don't
matter to me,
know.
I'm
I
just
mean,
saying what it says.
John, do you know of any commercial that wants well?
no.
I see what you're saying, yeah, the last sentence of your, the highlighted paragraph there, the bottom one. Mike, what do you think?
The first paragraph is talking about new, it says habitable structure, but I think that would apply to commercial and industrial as well. 'Cause I was thinking there, initially, there isn't anything here that requires new commercial or industrial, but nevertheless, the fact that we have to go back and look at this,
Should
Right.
we change
we should fix that.
What's new?
Yeah, so we have a paragraph that deals with, you know, like we did with the well, we have the residential and then commercial industrial, so I think we can play with that so that we don't have to be inferring as much as we are inferring.
And I can get with Mike and come up with some language, because the first, if it's subdivided in that first paragraph, they have to hook up.
Correct.
They have to provide water.
I never had an issue with that, because if you know what the rules are before you go in, I'm cool with that. It's the matter of, we're not changing the rules once we're here. That's the hill I will die on every time.
So essentially, what it sounds like is we want to clarify new habitable to mean commercial, industrial, residential,
Right.
right? And then, you know, I believe it's clear that a residential would not have to hook up to a new well if their well fails. So we'll get with Jack and
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll go
let's,
from there before
if
the
we
next meeting.
can,
Yep.
because the second reading on the new proposal, ordinance for water will be on September 16th.
You know, I don't think we took public comment on either one of these.
I asked, but nobody said.
Oh, well, I didn't.
You have something? No.
Well, no, comment on the board, the board was talking, I didn't know if you ever opened public comment for these, I think we're required to do that, aren't we, Jack? Am I missing
Julia?
something?
Yeah, I mean,
I have a question on Jack's comment to adjacent. Adjacent does not mean touching. And typically, if you're in a platted lot, your lot is not going to be touching that utility easement. I think when you're talking about the property touching the water line, that's adjoining. Adjacent means across from or side of.
then, there's a question then, so you have two different views right here, so what does adjacent mean? What does the board want?
Julia, I'll ask you
Well, I
that.
think
What are
adjacent
you?
is fine, but I don't agree with Jack's definition of adjacent. Adjacent does not mean that property line is touching. Someone that has a home on one side of the street and a garage on the other, which are separate parcels, those are adjacent too. So I don't think adjacent means that the line has to be touching the property line.
Normally, my experience has been most of these ordinances have some measurement of distance. So if the water line is within 100 feet of a property line, they have to hook up. That would be much clearer, and that's been my experience with most of the ordinances I've dealt with. It has some specific measurement.
Yeah, I think
So,
what we'll propose for the next meeting. we'll-
Remove the adjacent and come up with a
Measurement?
measurement.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
that's what we do in the second paragraph, right? That's where the 300 feet comes from. So
Okay.
They should, whatever decision we make, they'll match. So,
Any other comments or questions?
Here's the definition of adjacent. Next to or adjoining. You gotta know what adjoining means.
Let's see what we can do. If not, we'll take another shot at it.
Sure, and, you know, these are more of a clarification to the ordinance, right? So it's
Probably
not
takes that.
necessarily time sensitive, we should do it sooner rather than later, but if it doesn't get done at the next meeting, it's not the end of the world either. So, but we'll have it for the next meeting, but,
Adjoining,
Need to be taken into consideration as well too, for fire suppression and all that stuff, depending on use group of the building that's going in and what it's gonna be used for. So I think there's a lot of things that need to be covered in this.
Well, good, your office are right next to Mike, so you can walk across the hall and
Adjoining is next to or joined with,
Their office
so it
is
takes you
adjoining.
nowhere.
Are they adjoined to it? They're kind of adjacent to each other,
Yes,
so,
right. Or joining, you never know.
yeah. If we squeeze them in, we'll put them together, and now they're adjoined.
Seems about right.
Okay, moving right along. Next is unfinished business, we have none. New business, our first thing is,
Public comment.
would you like to say anything about the ordinances? Seriously? Any more comments? Okay. Fire Chief Voles, he has a resignation. It's good news for the firefighter, bad news for us. We're losing an experienced firefighter.
Firefighter Timothy Odegaard, 14-and-a-half-year veteran of Station 2, has decided to hang up his helmet. He sent on Monday, August 25th, his letter of resignation for you guys to accept. It's been shared in your information, and he just requests, he's thanking the township for the years of service and the residents and what he's learned through the years and the situations that he's been put in as a firefighter. He's very thankful to all of us, and he's at this time for the next chapter in his life. So.
Thank you. Any comments or questions from the board?
He didn't give us any reason why he wanted to resign, just.
He's retiring.
He's going to be 70 in
Oh,
a
is
year
that
and a half, so.
That's
He
a
wants
good
to spend
reason.
time with
That's
his
a good
family.
reason.
He wants to spend time with us. This isn't a,
I didn't know.
yeah.
Okay. I will entertain a motion to accept with regret the resignation of Tim Odegaard from the Fenton Township Fire Department effective immediately.
I will make a motion to approve that.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Yes, sir. Tucker?
Yes.
Lorraine is absent. Gopel?
Yes.
Kessler?
Yes.
Reed?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes.
Krug?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, next is Resolution 2025-36. Is to schedule a public hearing for the 2025 Fire Protection Special Assessment. Are there any comments or questions? Okay. Resolution 2025-36. Megan, will you please present the resolution?
Resolution number 2025-36 acknowledges the filing of a special assessment roll with the clerk and its availability for review until the public hearing, schedules a public hearing on the special assessment roll at the September 16th board meeting, directs the clerk to publish the notice of hearing according to statute, repeals any conflicting resolutions.
Thank you. I will entertain a motion regarding the adoption of Resolution 2025-36 as presented.
I will support a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay. Lorraine is absent. Clark?
Yes.
Kessler?
Yes.
Gopel?
Yes.
Tucker?
Yes.
Krug?
Yes,
Reed?
Yes.
The motion carries.
thank you. Next is Resolution, you're gonna hate me for this, 2025-37. It's the street lighting contract change for Ivy Lane - Laring Road. Megan, will you review that for us,
Yep.
please?
So the township received a request from residents of the Glades subdivision to add a streetlight near the entrance of the subdivision. The streetlight will provide improved visibility and safety for the intersection. Included in the packet is an authorization for change form to add the light to the township's contract, and a resolution that approves the additional light and authorizes the supervisor or clerk to execute the form on behalf of the township.
Thank you. I will entertain a motion regarding the adoption of Resolution 2025-37 as presented.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Kessler?
Yes.
Gopel?
Yes.
Krug?
Yes.
Reed.
Yes.
Lorraine is absent. Clark.
Yes.
Tucker.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you. Next, are there any comments from the audience regarding this resolution? Okay, thank you. Next is the proposed agreements with the assessor, employment agreements with assessor, fire chief, operation manager, and zoning administrator. I just want to say, and John, help me if you want, or do, we looked at these, we feel that these people are critical to the unique, good way the township runs. We tried to recognize them as best we could. And therefore, we bring these raises and motions to you for an employment agreement. John, anything, sir?
No, I would agree with what you said. We have a pretty good ship that we have here. It's well respected by the residents because we do give them good service, and it's in large part, we got great staff, but we also have great management of that staff. So everybody got a raise. We're trying to recognize that, and we would recommend that you move forward as presented.
Okay, thank you. Any questions from any board member? Any questions from the audience? Okay, hearing none, I will entertain a motion regarding the proposed employment agreement with Assessor Julia Wilson as presented with salary provisions of the agreement to be in effect on July 1st.
I will make a motion to approve the employment agreement with the assessor Julia L. Wilson as presented, effective as of July 1, 2025.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Lorraine is absent. Reed.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Krug.
Yes.
Kessler.
Yes.
Gopal.
Yes.
Tucker.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next is I will entertain a motion regarding the proposed employment agreement for Fire Chief Ryan Bowles as presented with salary provisions of the agreement to be effective 7/1/25.
I will support a motion for the agreement.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Krug.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Kessler.
Yes.
Reed.
Yes.
Gopal. Tucker.
Yes.
Lorraine is absent. Motion carries.
Good. I will entertain a motion regarding the proposed employment agreement of Operation Manager Thomas Broker as presented with salary provisions of the agreement to be effective on 7/1/25.
Make a motion to approve that agreement as presented.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Reed.
Yes.
Gopal.
Yes.
Tucker.
Yes.
Kessler.
Yes.
Lorraine is absent. Krug.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Motion carries.
And Mike's been up here a lot, so we'll just skip his. I will entertain a motion regarding the proposed employment agreement with zoning administrator Michael Dean as presented with salary provisions of the agreement to be effective 7/1/25.
I'll make a motion to approve the employment agreement with zoning administrator Michael C. Dean. Charles? Oh, look at that. As presented with payment provisions effective July 1, 2025.
Second.
Clark.
Roll call, please.
Yep.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Kessler.
Yes.
Krug.
Yes.
Gopal.
Yes.
Tucker.
Yes.
Lorraine is absent. Reed.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Moving on, the next is Resolution 2025-38. It's a street lighting special assessment district for crossings of Silver Ridge subdivision. Megan, you gonna give us some detail, I'm told?
discovered this needed to be dealt with, because consumers provided a complete list of streetlights under contract for the first time in 2025 after several requests from the township. So, you want to present the resolution, or
Yeah.
any questions? Okay. So, resolution number 2025-38 tentatively declares that the township's intent to continue operation and maintenance of the existing streetlights in the crossings of Silver Ridge subdivision. It tentatively designates the special assessment district at the crossings of Silver Ridge Street Lighting Special Assessment District, which includes lots 1 through 68 of the crossings of Silver Ridge subdivision. Schedules a public hearing for September 16th, 2025 Township Board meeting. Directs the clerk to publish and mail hearing notices in accordance with statute and repeals any conflicting resolutions.
So I found the discussion interesting. I'm a little confused as how we wouldn't have picked it up from a accounting standpoint. Because we obviously been paying bills for this for
So,
40-odd years, well, I guess it's 40, huh? Long time.
so because we have a broader bill for like the streetlights at, say, the major intersections
Yeah,
that aren't part of the special assessments,
they got
it
lumped
was,
into
they
those.
got lumped into those.
So Mark, you think we should go back and chase him for 40 years of lighting? I'm teasing. Jack's over here getting ready to jump out of his chair. Seeing if you're paying attention, Jack. Probably could go back
You know
6
what my
years.
answer would be?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's why we'll move on.
Okay. I'm looking out for the people.
I didn't say a word.
Free lighting for all.
Okay, I will entertain a motion regarding the adoption of resolution 2025-38 as presented.
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution 2025-38 as presented.
Second.
All right.
Roll call.
Gopal,
Yes.
Tucker,
Yes.
Lorraine is absent, Clark,
Yes.
Krug,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
Kessler,
Yes.
motion carries.
Before we move on, I have a question for Ms.
Yes.
Megan, though. So, in reading the material, it sounds like we were getting charged for sodium lights in some instances where they had been converted to LEDs. So that is also going to be corrected?
That's corrected as well, yep,
That's already
it's
corrected?
already corrected.
We don't need to do anything more?
Nope, we don't need to do anything more from here on out, that's all in the documentation we have.
There's no way to quantify how much we've overpaid consumers, is there?
That would be a question for Tom, who did
Okay.
all the deep dive on that.
I'm with you.
Yeah, because that one you probably can go back 6 years on.
Do you wanna,
We'll talk to Tom when he gets back
well,
from
okay.
wherever he's at. Did he go golf or tennis?
He's at a conference.
Okay, whatever. Good cover.
Okay.
I'll tell him you covered.
We got this covered. Next is Consumers Energy Proposal Agreement, relocation of a power pole. Melissa, can you help us on that?
That's a part of the Jennings Road sewer extension. We were actually lucky that it's just one power pole, but we have one power pole that is right smack in line with where the sewer lines are going. So it needs to be moved, I think it's like 30 feet east, 25 feet to the east. And it's a high voltage distribution line, and along with that, you get the cost of the processing costs, removal of existing poles, and then the high voltage distribution. So it's an expensive endeavor.
Okay.
$52,000.
That's crazy.
Is it
One pole.
two poles, Melissa? The picture, I was kind of shocked, and I saw the picture, and I thought, well, it looks like the one
It's
is...
the pole on the right.
The pole on the right is the one being moved?
Yeah, see, it's just right smack in the ditch, right
Yeah,
where the line is.
right. But that is just a support pole for the pole across the way, right?
It's just another No, it's got lines that go,
Okay.
Do that. I mean,
Reading the
it's-
contract and it talked about downward guys versus the other one
yeah,
that had
there's a
across.
guy wire there, and there's there
Yeah.
might be a new type of pole they have to purchase to meet the new requirements for the NESC.
I'm going into the telephone or the power line pole installation business, I think. But I had an idea,
Yeah.
since consumers owes us some money. Just saying.
Okay, any other comments or
Call the
questions?
I have a
What do you
question
think?
for Melissa. In the photo, it does say, you know, that the one pole is being moved and may require new easements, and the other pole says it may need to be replaced. I mean, is there a chance that they're gonna come back and we're gonna need to pony up 50 grand for that pole as well?
That's a good question. The way I read it is they're charging us, because it says also replace number 515 if required. But since it's saying also replace it, thinking it's in there, but I can ask that question.
I don't think it required it, but it wouldn't be in there. Seems like a lot, but I don't know.
Well, I'd be honest, I was hoping this was a replacement for the one they put through the sewers.
Sewer over there off Fenton Road?
Yeah,
Oh, they replaced that and they put it right back through it. We're still fighting that. The road commission is.
Thanks for coming, guys.
They replaced it and put another one through it again?
Nope. They did.
Is that what she said?
Yeah.
yeah,
How?
you gotta
That's a
be
good
good.
question. It's really difficult working with them. The road commission is on it.
Stay on it, please, please. Thanks for what you're doing.
Well, why wouldn't it cost significantly different? Because it does. This contract says we're gonna replace and relocate the stub pole. That is the one on the right. So it is there to support the one across the street. I guess the wires apparently run on it anyway, but looks like its primary function is support. And the guying associated with pole 515, 25 feet east. Also replace 515 if required by NES. Well, what if it's not required by NES? Shouldn't that be
Yeah.
less than $53,000?
Right.
It's a good question. They got an also and an if in there. It's a good question.
There is something in the contract saying if it's less than $2,000 difference, we don't get anything, but if there's $2,000 difference in our favor, we'll get however that amount is. There's
Oh,
a
so
paragraph in there about that.
There is, so what you think they're thinking is they've added it in and then they won't
I
charge
don't-
us?
I don't know what they're thinking, but there is something in there about a
Right.
$2,000 variance.
Well, let me get to that language, because I see where you're talking.
Yeah, it's right near the
After
end.
construction is complete on the project and costs have been charged, comparison will be made to the initial estimated cost and the actual. Okay, that does sound like what it's talking about. If the actual project cost is more than 2,000 less than the initial estimate, we'll send you a check. Okay, I think that does deal with it. So if
Okay.
they don't have to do it and it costs less than 53 to just move the one pole, we'll get a check back, as long as the difference is more than $2,000. Apparently it costs them $2,000 to cut a check.
Right.
I'm now in the check cutting business for Consumers Energy. That's, I think, a better business than
You
even,
have a couple new,
I got a
career
couple new
paths,
jobs, yeah,
right.
I can quit my day job now. Probably gotta keep my night job though.
Okay,
It's interesting that they have a confidentiality provision in here, and we're on a public forum.
That is hilarious. We're in breach,
okay,
going to closed session.
let's do this. I will entertain a motion regarding the consumer energy quote/contract to relocate a power pole from the Jennings Road sanitary sewer extension project at a cost of $53,000 as presented.
I'll make a motion, we approve the contract.
I will second that motion.
Roll roll call, please.
Yep. Kessler,
Yes.
Krug,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
Lorraine is absent, Clark,
Yes.
Tucker,
Yes.
Gopel.
Yes.
The motion carries.
I was wondering who's gonna be brave enough to do that. Christine,
Somebody's got it.
Christine, she stepped up.
She did.
Next is board comment. Any comments?
I do have a comment.
Yes.
More of a question. As far as this overpayment, is there a way to, what John brought up?
Well, what we gotta do is figure out if you can quantify it or not. So I think if you can quantify what the overcharge would be, and it would be X number of lamps at this
Sure.
rate over so many hours.
I think over so many years, I think
Right.
that would probably.
You can't go back more than 6 years.
Okay.
So that's, whatever it is,
But
so.
I think it may be worth it in the fact that if we've overpaid so long,
Right.
that we should see what the cost benefit is of actually going back 6 years.
I think the first thing we had to determine is if we can do the math. 'Cause if you can't do the math, then it's
I
just,
understand that, but I mean, I would.
it's electricity under, across the water bridge,
I would
something,
consider,
metaphor.
I mean, at least investigating if we can do it,
Yeah.
because that's silly.
Yep.
I mean, we're talking Marge, this and that era.
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Were you born then?
I was.
Okay.
I was 4 when they started, yeah.
And you didn't catch it?
I was busy.
Was his
Busy
dad,
doing raisins
was
on
his dad's job?
construction paper.
Okay. Are there any comments from the public?
Public lobby.
Public's gone.
Here comes our public.
Oh, my goodness.
We have received at least 12 open burn complaints, so the leaf season's coming on. Per our ordinance, you can't burn leaves in Fenton Township, can't burn brush.
Are they separate complaints, or are
They are separate complaints. I have one complaint that's been complained about twice. So,
Didn't learn the first time?
didn't learn the
Slow
first
down?
time. So, just letting everybody know, the residents know that you cannot burn leaves.
Are they legitimate complaints?
Well, with the last couple nights, it's been nice
what?
out and people had their windows open.
Yeah.
And burning leaves is illegal in Fenton Township. And if you want to get on the state website and look at the DNR for burning leaves, it's also illegal.
So perhaps that could be added to the social media.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, and I think we need to revisit
Yeah.
our
Just as a reminder
burning
to the
ordinance, because I think it's a little outdated.
Okay.
So I pulled some stuff off the state website, which the DNR recommends, and I think we should kind of follow what the DNR says.
Can I ask if that's more restrictive or more lenient?
It's a lot more restrictive.
Are we restrictive enough?
Well, yeah,
This is more of a thing, if it isn't broke, kind of like we're really good at doing now.
I think we could get rid of running these nuisance calls with open burns. We run a lot of them. Just saying.
Are you suggesting that we let people open things?
I'm suggesting use your head and don't.
Well, that's the problem.
See, common sense is out the window, that's the problem.
Not here it isn't. And, I'm not going to entertain these people that want to control what everybody else does in their neighborhood. I'm just
Right.
not. Never been that.
But there are fires that we go on that we do not put out because they're legitimate,
Thank you.
they're legitimate fires.
They're legitimate fires, I'm cool with that.
Yes, the smoke's going straight up in the
Maybe
air,
we should educate the callers.
and we do.
Okay.
So,
Does it work?
sometimes it does. I think Pat's dealing with one right now, that is gonna need some
I mean,
assistance.
is it possibly we can write a nuisance complaint for them calling if we keep finding that they're unfounded?
If we're wasting our time going over there just for somebody burning a couple logs and roasting marshmallows, yeah.
I understand. I understand how people are in subdivisions
Hmm.
and HOAs, and
And we did them because of the subdivisions, because the houses are getting closer together, and so it's just something we need to look at, I think.
Chief, how many running fires do we have with leaves every year on an average?
Yeah, we probably have about, maybe 15 a month,
15, really?
and then come the wintertime, they kinda go away. So about now, from now till December, they're gonna be bad. Usually when we pick up. So,
Something to think about, for sure.
Can you work on that ordinance that you're talking about?
Mhm. Thank you.
Bring it back. Thanks, Ryan.
Can we add to that same ordinance, people that are calling falsely just because they don't like their neighbor's
Right,
road,
and
that
if we
they
find
also
a
need
one
to-
or after the
That's
first
neighbor.
one, then write a nuisance, cite them, Jack, can we do that?
You get false complaints, yeah, I mean,
Can
false,
we
just
cite-
like a
is
false
that-
police
is that an
report, you can
ordinance
do
we
it,
Pat can write down?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's kinda hard sometimes to,
Yeah, I don't even care
Quantify
if it
that,
goes
but-
through it,
Yeah.
it gets their attention that they gotta go in front of Judge McCabe, and maybe that'll stop them from trying to control everything but their own life.
Okay.
Stop me when I'm lying, folks.
Melissa, do you have anything, please?
No, I don't.
Okay. Anything else? Well, then I will adjourn the meeting at 7:23 PM.
The room in your average
Just
file,
my roll.
I mean, geez Louise. the
Recording
difference-
stopped.
Yeah,